As Congress deliberates, the first major battle of the American Revolution is about to begin. The New England militia forces have moved in to occupy Breed's Hill and Bunker Hill on the Charlestown Peninsula. Their guns now threaten the British Navy anchored in Boston Harbor. The British respond by burning nearby Charlestown. Then 2,000 British soldiers charge uphill towards the American positions. The American forces, having the advantage of height, fire down on the advancing redcoats. Line after line of British soldiers are mowed down.
The British charged up Bunker Hill really in defiance of their own military theory. As we know, their soldiers fought best on level surfaces where they could maneuver into lines 3 deep and fire and volley. They never had that opportunity when they were charging up Bunker Hill. I have a feeling, had they not been opposed by provincials whom they didn't respect, they never would have attempted that charge, which resulted in such terrible carnage during their first 2 efforts to ascend the hill.
The important thing was, they found out these stubborn old Yankees would fight. These stubborn old Yankees meant what they said, and had the courage not only to fight that day, but to challenge the superiority and the sovereignty of the British arms. This was a major, major step, psychologically as well as militarily.
When their ammunition runs out, the Americans flee. The British finally take Bunker Hill. It is a costly victory. More than a third of their troops have been killed or wounded. The farm of John and Abigail Adams is only 9 miles from the center of the fighting. Refugees stream into the normally peaceful countryside. Abigail Adams writes to her husband in Philadelphia. This is her first taste of war.
Dearest friend, our little house is now a scene of confusion. Soldiers coming in for lodgings, exhausted refugee women and children from Boston seeking shelter. Oh, John, you cannot imagine how we're living, not knowing what the next day, the next hour will bring. Until now, I have managed to maintain a calmness, but I cannot trust myself much longer, with terrors intruding on my mind. I'm not going to ask you when you're coming back. The fate of our country depends on your wisdom. But your absence awakens in me all the love of the years we've been together. It breaks from my heart, and not knowing how to brook any restraint flows through my pen. This is but the first scene of what may be a great tragedy. May heaven spare my family and spare my most beloved friend.